In Cairo earlier today, the president called on Egyptian President Mubarak, who had strongly urged Mr. Bush to meet with Assad. At a news conference, Mubarak explained why.
President Assad has his forces now beside our forces and beside other Arab forces in Saudi Arabia for the purpose of liberating Kuwait. So we shouldn't neglect him. He's a very important partner there.
President Bush tried to keep the Assad meeting from suggesting any budding friendship with the Syrian, who has been identified as a sponsor of terrorism by Mr. Bush's own State Department.
We got big differences on certain categories, and I'll be glad to discuss them with the President Hafez Assad when I meet with him. And as long as I have one American troop, one man, one woman left there in the armed forces in this Gulf, I will continue to work closely with all those who stand up against this aggression.
Mr. Bush's claim of significant Arab support for his Gulf policy depends far more on Mubarak than on Assad. The Egyptian dispatched forces to the desert early and today strongly opposed any compromise with Saddam Hussein. And he suggested if it came to war, his troops would fight.
We send the forces there, and all of us know what will be the mission of the force. Whenever the use of force is needed, and this option is going to be implemented, we have to react.
Protecting the Muslim holy places against Saddam Hussein. But because the U.S. has become such a massive presence in the Gulf, some Egyptians now believe that because the U.S. helped with Egypt's debt, Mubarak is too enthusiastic about welcoming the U.S. military into the Arab homeland. President Assad sits down with George Bush to emphasize his country's importance in the Middle East, but his critics at home say he is getting nothing out of it. That even as Assad commits in the Gulf, the U.S. is giving Israel, Syria's absolute enemy, the means to increase its military strength.